1.
All right, it's recording.
Yep. All right, what up, Gale Nation? Welcome back to Sports. I'm your host, Jacob J. Tivden. Below me is Sliced Bread Vin Pinchero, and to the left, you know him, you love him. He is the top dog, Danny Reardon. We have sports, fellows.
Yes, finally. Actually, I'm not gonna pull a Schefter and forget the WNBA draft.
Who was picked first?
The Oregon person.
What's her name?
But
what's her first name?
I couldn't tell you.
Exactly. You didn't watch it.
Sport that we follow. That's what I'm gonna say.
By the way, her name's Sabrina, and her last name was an I. I can't. I think it's Ionesco. I can't pronounce her name. Yeah, she was drafted first overall to the Liberty. She's going to be playing in Brooklyn.
Go
Liberty.
Go Liberty. But for the first time, what feels like forever, a large-scale sports event has happened. The first round of the NFL draft.
What happened?
I mean, not gonna lie. If any of you have seen the Jordan documentary, that felt like a sporting event.
That was great. I loved that.
Fantastic.
Who's ready? I'm hyped for. I kind of want to touch into that, but I think we should cover the draft first.
Yeah, we can cover that later on. So, yeah, we'll get into the draft. First off, I still hate Goodell. He tried being likable, like, yeah, boo the commish. I'm a fun guy. Nah.
I'm just a fun guy.
No, I actually like that.
No.
He's pretty funny.
No.
You're trying to raise money and whatever, but like, I still don't like you. You're a bad commissioner.
Terrible commissioner.
You can't hate everything it does though. Like I thought that was pretty cool. That he's like, come on, boo me. Like I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. We'll boo him regardless.
And then also he did the actually this is pretty funny. I don't even like this song.
I know what you're gonna say.
Trend. He did the what's it called? The slide, the Tootsie slide with Jerry Judy. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it didn't look
so uncoordinated.
Just no.
I know.
I'm never I don't like that trend or that song or Drake in general. So, but
it's a weirdo.
I thought that was pretty funny.
So I do have some notes on last night's draft.
Yeah, and usually we would, if we were in our regular setting, we'd predict the draft picks, but we're not.
So we're not.
So we have. So
we can predict the second
round, I guess, and
we can predict the second round. So I'll just go over some key notes from the draft. So Joe Burrow goes number 1 to the Cincinnati Bengals, which fun fact.
Tiger King, shout out.
Makes it the first time in NFL history that 3 straight Heisman Trophy winners go first overall in consecutive drafts. Chase Young at Ohio State goes number 2 to Washington.
Brainer.
Miami takes Tua at 5, and the Chargers take Herbert at 6. The Giants took Andrew Thomas out of Georgia. The Jets took Mekhi Becton out of Louisville. And the Noble receivers picked Ruggs, number 12 to the Raiders, Judy, number 15 to Denver, CeeDee Lamb, number 17 to Dallas, and Justin Jefferson, number 22 to Minnesota. But I think the biggest story out of this draft, the Green Bay Packers traded up from 30 to 26 to take Jordan Love out of Utah State.
And we're missing one more draft pick I want to get into.
Yeah, we can get into them. But I think
one more is noteworthy.
Which one?
The very last pick of the first round.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. We can get into that later.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but we'll get into that later.
So, anyways, kind of want to talk about Love going first.
Yeah.
Rodgers is 36 years old.
He's getting
up there.
He's got a couple
more. But I'm very that they go now, especially trading up.
Well, I mean, they did this exact thing with Favre.
They did,
right?
Yeah, they did do this with Favre and Rodgers. But I don't know if Love is the same tier of prospect that Rodgers was, or granted, he's going to have time to develop, and he's going to learn under one of the biggest talents in football history. But
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think this might be a little too early for that.
I just don't know if Rodgers
early than late.
I love Aaron Rodgers to death. You guys both know this, but I don't know if Rodgers is the type
Yeah,
of guy to actually teach him. Like I feel like Rodgers is just like, really, what the heck? I wanted some weapons. We haven't had a
Yeah,
first.
especially when they had a terrible defense and a receiving core that outside of Devontae Adams is lackluster.
Yeah, and like so, he's probably like, yo, like we haven't had a first round pick on offense since myself. So now you're picking a first round pick on offense.
Well, skill position. They've taken linemen.
Yeah, we haven't had a first round skill position since myself. So you're gonna go do that, right? And they go, yeah, I got you. And they
pick a quarterback.
Yeah, and when you look at the Packers defense, especially I feel like the key, like some of the okay pieces they had are gone. They left in free agency. Fackrell and Martinez, they both went elsewhere. So it's just like, what do the Packers have left on the defensive side?
Well, I mean, they still have the rest of the draft to address it, but
that's true. With the linebacker core, the linebackers aren't.
It's not strong.
To trade up, they would have had their choices of Patrick Queen or Jordan Brooks.
So was Love the next quarterback outside of the three that were taken?
Yeah, Love was 4.
It was 4.
Love was 4, and then Jacob Eason and
then it was Hurts.
Jalen Hurts are 5 and 6. I think they're interchangeable.
And then Fromm.
Jalen Hurts hasn't been picked yet.
What?
Jalen Hurts hasn't been picked yet.
No, I know, but I think they're 5 and 6 on the depth chart for quarterbacks.
Wow. That's surprising.
Not that. It's not deep of a quarterback class.
Yeah.
All right. So, any stories? Do you guys want to get into like our team's picks, or do you want to get into?
Yeah. I'll get into the Jets, I suppose.
All right. So I'll just before you say anything, I just want to give you a little bit about Mekhi Becton. So Mekhi Becton was a junior at Louisville. He is 6'7", 364, ran a 5.14 40. He started 11 games at left tackle last year. He was all ACC. Did not play in his bowl game to get ready for the draft, but he was one of the drug tests that got flagged. He was actually the most notable drug test flagged. So it could be a question mark down the road, but I think it's I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. It didn't look that bad.
I was gonna say right at the gate, if this guy gets like flagged, if I can't talk, if drugs are a problem with him, it's just a classic Jets move. But I like the talent. I like the talent. Why are you putting quotations?
Because you said drugs.
Drugs. You know what I mean. But like I like.
I know what you mean.
I going into the draft, I said I wanted the lineman, Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb, and they picked the lineman. And is he the best one on the board? Is he the best one? I don't know. I don't know how to scout linemen, to be honest with you. I don't know how to tell if they're
he was probably the best one left. Because
the thing is, like, I liked Wirfs. I liked Wirfs a lot, but
Wirfs is a specimen.
Wirfs was predicted to go early.
Wirfs is good.
Most people predicted the Giants to take Wirfs.
Yeah,
I mean,
for Simmons.
Yeah, overall, like, I think he's fine. Like, if he flops, like,
this was a good draft class for linemen.
Yeah, it was.
The Jets also did address a need, though. They had the 28th offensive line, according to Pro Football Focus last year.
Yes, and
did a lot of work.
Joe Douglas said, as soon as Joe Douglas stepped in, he said the offensive line was priority number 1, and he structured the offensive line in free agency, and he's continuing to do that in the draft. With that said, they need to go receiver in the second round. If they don't, that's a problem.
Yeah, the Jets pick, as of right now, the Jets pick 48th.
There's a couple good receivers left.
There's still a lot of decent receivers still on the.
Personally, I want T. Higgins. I don't know if he'll fall.
I don't because he was projected first round by a lot of.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna fall. If he falls,
48's kind of smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, so. I don't know if he's gonna fall. That's why I'm like, I don't want to get my hopes up for Higgins, but if he's there and the Jets pass on him, then just slap in the face. But
yeah,
that's enough about the Jets, though. I'm pretty much saying.
Yeah, all right. So the Giants.
Your team. No, the Giants.
Giants picked Andrew Thomas, junior out of Georgia. He's 6'5", 315. He ran a 5.2.
No, he was a junior. Yep.
Yeah, he's a junior. He is a 2-time All-American, including a unanimous selection last year. So he was the best left tackle in football. He won.
Yeah, and this is an interesting pick.
He won the Jacobs Blocking Trophy in 2019, which is a award that a conference gives to its best blocker. So he was not just the best left tackle, but he was the best lineman in the SEC last year. Also, fun fact: SEC 15 selections in the first round is an record for by a conference. He didn't play in his bowl game, but he primarily played at left tackle in Georgia. But he did play right tackle when he started, so he can play both sides. He's very versatile, which is huge.
Yeah,
That's
and when
pretty
you
big. Would you guys run him at right tackle or left tackle?
I think it's interesting with him
Either.
because when you at their you put him at guard?
No, left or right.
Left or right tackle.
Tackle. No,
I
not.
would. It's weird.
We're okay on guard.
You've got Solder at left tackle. He hasn't been performing well.
No,
So
both of our tackles have
the
been
main
performing
thing they
well.
should do. Yeah,
I mean,
they need to move. They should move Solder over and put Thomas at left tackle.
according to Pro Football Focus, we did have the 17th O-line last year, which is a little better than I thought. But they said Solder and I think the other tackle were worst in football. Like, they were not good. They let up a significantly amount of rushers through. So
Solder
we addressed a need there, and I think a really good need. I like. At first, I really wanted Isaiah Simmons. I really wanted that linebacker in our the build around because our defense was not good last year. But
we got some good signing free agents too.
We did, but I feel like Simmons has just been like the icing on top.
Yeah.
But the more I've looked at the pick, the more I liked it. Like at first I was shocked and I didn't understand it. I like the pick.
Well, I thought you guys were gonna go lineman right at the gate. I didn't think you guys were gonna take Simmons. I think it's I don't know. I
was hoping.
I thought it was funny at first because it's a bit of a reach, but it's not that much. It's less reach than I thought. But
yeah,
I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah,
I hope so.
And the pick of Andrew Thomas kind of plays into the second round because now when you look at they're picking fourth in the second round. What would you bolster the offensive line to protect Daniel Jones? Would you give him another weapon? Would you go for the defense or the secondary? If Jacob and Danny, if you were in Gettleman's position, what would you primarily focus on going into the rest of the draft?
I'd go defense. I think they have enough weapons on offense. I mean, if you want to prepare the offensive line later on in the draft after the second round, you can. But I think at this point, you got to upgrade the defense. You got to even that out of it.
I don't think there's going to be much.
I don't know what you guys need on defense. I don't particularly like.
We could pick a safety. The two top safeties, they haven't been picked yet. What? There's a kid out of Minnesota and a kid out of Bama. Hold on, let me see.
The LSU guy wasn't picked?
Is he LSU?
I could.
No, it's McKinney. It's McKinney and Winfield. McKinney.
There's a kid from LSU that he was number 7 on the defense. I forget his name, but he's like bonkers.
Not Patrick Queen, right? He was Patrick Queen.
I think he was. I think he might have been taken then.
Yeah, no. Oh, you mean Grant Telpett?
I don't know his name. I'll look it up after the show.
Anyways, so those three.
The NFL just put up a round 2 mock draft. It has T. Higgins going to the Colts, Ross Blacklock going to the Lions, Marlon Davidson, a defensive lineman, going to the Giants, Zach Bond to the Bengals, Cole, I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's last name, Kmet, Komet, to New England, Jalen Johnson to the Panthers, DeAndre Swift to the Dolphins, an edge rusher going to Houston, Xavier McKinney going to the Browns, Jonathan Taylor going to the Jaguars, and it just keeps going. But J.K. Dobbins going to the –
Who are the Jets?
Jets take Trevon Diggs, cornerback, out of Bama.
That's fine. I'd rather a receiver, but that's fine, I guess.
But yeah, I think I want to target a safety. I feel like that makes the most sense since we have our pick of safeties for the most part. I don't think we're gonna have a corner because
you have had safeties already. No, don't you have Julian Love and
Julian Love. Antonio Hamilton's going on.
You have Julian Love and Jabril Peppers, right?
Yeah, Peppers isn't like a cover safety. He's more of like a hit safety. Like he played linebacker in college, and you can really see it in his play. Because he lets up a lot of big plays, but he hits hard. He forces a lot of fumbles. So like Peppers, I'm on. Like I'm like, yeah, he's fun to watch, and he's good at some things, but other things he can be a liability.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of cover, Lamar Jackson's on the cover of Madden 21.
Yes.
Praise the Lord.
Well, I mean, it was. I feel like the NFL, like for Madden, they always go for like a young up and comer. So
Young guy that's like I guess easy to market.
yeah.
Established. They go for an established star.
Let's see. Who else can we talk about? We can talk about Tua and Herbert.
Yeah, there was rumblings before the draft that the Dolphins might have taken Herbert, but I guess those were incorrect because they ended up going with Tua.
That was a smokescreen. They were taking Tua all the way.
Yeah,
I got a hot take. Neither of these quarterbacks will be starting by the year 2025.
Really?
Sorry. After a 5-year period, both of them won't be starting in the NFL.
You don't think either of them will?
I think Tua will have the talent, but
it's just
he's had surgeries on both knees. His hip injury is, even though they say it's fine, it's concerning. I see him being great, like him having a lot of talent. But I don't see him, especially with the extra game, having to play 17 games for the future. I don't know. I think he'll just get hurt too much, and I see him like similar to RG3.
okay.
Maybe
And then I'm
longer than
assuming
RG.
flop.
I don't think Herbert's that good. I don't think he's all that.
RG3 didn't last that long.
What?
RG3 didn't last that long, to be fair.
No, he didn't. But RG3 was electric for his time playing. Like his rookie season was outstanding.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, that's what I think Tua will be. I think Tua will be awesome. I think he'll be great, but I don't think he'll last. Herbert, I think he's a flop. I think Tyrod will outplay him in LA. They'll try to force Herbert in, and he'll just Nate Peterman that. Not exactly. Not exactly. But I mean, it's just not there for me. Burrow, stud.
I hope he's a stud. I hope the Bengals are ruined.
He has the hit factor. He's just. I love him.
I love Burrow. I hope he's good, and I think he will be good. But I don't know if the Bengals will build the right team around him.
I mean, he's already got a really good weapon in AJ Green.
That's Adrian's healthy.
They got Joe Mixon, who's not bad either. They need to protect him. Like they need to protect him a bit.
They do need to protect him, but they still have Dalton under contract. So if they're worried about that, they can throw in Dalton.
That's true.
Because they haven't found a trade partner for him yet.
I thought they like cut him before.
No, Dalton's still on the roster. Dalton's still on Cincinnati's roster. Flacco, Winston, and Cam are all free agents. None of them.
Where do you think any of them are going to sign?
New England, all of them.
Flacco will retire. And then for Cam and Jameis, I don't know. Like there's
no spots. Maybe
only spots that are really open right now are
like New England.
New England has Hoyer, Stidham, and most likely going to pick a guy. Like they're not going to spend money on a quarterback to spend money on a quarterback, which really sucks. Like to see them go like that. Like you're talking about 2 Heisman Trophy winners. You're talking about 2 first overall picks. Like guys that like started the decade. Like you're like, wow, these guys are going to be like the future of the NFL, and now they're just
they're out.
Yeah.
Well, Cam had a good career at least.
Who, Cam?
Yeah, Cam Newton had a good career.
Yeah, he won an MVP, led a Super Bowl, went 15-1, had a win.
Super Bowl one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at everything. Like maybe Detroit could sign one of them, but like
Well, if Stafford's gonna be a problem, then
Stafford had a bad injury, so he might not be everything back there. But like everyone else is fine. And if you're like as a team, like maybe the Steelers could pick one up, maybe Denver can. Um, but if you're a team, you're like, I don't know if I want Cam or Jameis as a backup because that's realistically what they're going to be doing. They'll be playing backup.
yeah, I feel like I'd want them. They'd be very good backups because both of them are I feel like both of them are capable of starting. At least James Winston. I don't know if I Cam Newton because of his
I think Cam
arm,
is capable of starting too. I think both of them are capable of starting.
but it is hard to see them go. Especially Jameis is like I didn't really know, but I didn't really grow like Jameis Winston's draft was like the first draft that like I was like kind of interested in. Like I wasn't really invested when Cam Newton was in there. Like I was invested in football, but not the draft.
Yeah,
But like I remember like watching Jameis throughout college and be like, man, this kid's amazing. I love watching it. He's so much fun. Famous Jameis, they gave him that nickname. And then I just thought he was gonna be so good, and I
Sometimes it
never
doesn't.
watched him.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work.
yeah.
You guys heard me praise him like so many times in this show. You guys heard me praise him so much. Like he's a lot like how much I
Yeah,
love
he's
James
not.
Winston.
It's not that he's not a bust by any means. I don't think. I just think he's just had a bad couple seasons. There's not
He
much.
led the league in passing yards this year. He had 2,000-yard receivers. Like
He's not a bust.
He also
by
did
any
throw
means.
30
he
interceptions.
has so much talent. His decision making's still a little poor, even 5 years later. But he's still a ridiculously talented quarterback. And to think that, and even Cam, like I think Cam
Yeah.
can perform at a high level. Like they're probably like second tier quarterbacks, honestly, third tier maybe. But like the fact that they're out of the league right now is insane.
It's the quarterback position is like it's deep. Like I don't
It's
really
ever
know.
changing. Like it's a carousel. But it's crazy to see that these two top names are out.
Because everyone's putting all these faith everyone's putting all this faith in like the younger guys. Like realistically, there's younger quarterbacks out there that aren't really that good or older ones that need to retire. Like I love Philip Rivers. Like I don't like if Philip Rivers doesn't work out, maybe they'll bring in like Jameis or Cam or something like that.
But they
Like
have
I don't know.
Brissett as a backup. Like they don't. So like what? You're gonna pay like all this money to people that aren't gonna play? Like it's like I know Cam and Jameis won't take like a $2 million 1 year contract. This is nothing.
Like
They
maybe
want.
like
They want money.
Yeah, they want money.
Yeah.
who's maybe the
The only
Jaguars.
like if
Like it's tough. I want them
Jaguars
to.
have a quarterback already.
Yeah, they have
Hard to
Minshew.
They have Minshew.
I
That's
love.
backup though.
I'd love to see those guys in the league, but like I guess I just don't really know if it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I hope.
And
Right?
it's weird because I've been thinking about this for like since the draft started, and I was thinking maybe Las Vegas or Oakland or whatever they're called now. Who knows?
Vegas.
Maybe they could Vegas. Maybe they'll sign Newton or Winston. And I know I give all this praise to Derek Carr. I still have faith in Derek Carr to lead the Raiders. But I feel like his clock's running out. He hasn't been the same since he
They
got
signed
injured
Mariota
a
though.
couple years ago. Yeah, but Mariota's not good.
No, but he's gonna be enough for a
Mariota
backup.
is a true.
I have to adjust myself. I'm getting uncomfortable.
I just don't know any other team that could use a quarterback.
Yeah, they're like it's a small list, which sucks. Now from sad news to more sad news, the Dallas Cowboys picked CeeDee Lamb.
That's a great pick.
I know it is. I know it's a great pick, and I hate it. I hate it.
CD, man. I think Judy's gonna be better still, but CD, my God.
I think CeeDee is in a better position than Judy. Like,
Yeah,
Denver,
they're
and he's
both gonna be
him and Drew Lock are going to be awesome together. But like, CeeDee Lamb paired with Amari Cooper, with Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott on the same field. I mean,
it's just,
kill
He's
me.
an overrated quarterback.
Doesn't matter. You have Amari.
he's got weapons. If you give any NFL quarterback weapons, they're gonna succeed.
And then who's the other receiver? Gallup.
Michael
Gallup's
Gallup.
He's good too. Like they got a set of 3 receivers that are really good.
The one thing is they lost a big part of their offensive line in
Yeah, and Frederick.
Frederick. That's huge.
Yeah, but they're still gonna be. Ah, dang it. At least I think Philly botched their draft.
Philly. They needed a corner, right? Actually, they needed a wideout. They drafted a wideout.
They
right?
drafted a wide receiver, but I don't think it was gonna be a good one.
They took. Did he take the Arizona State one?
No, they took Jalen Rager out of TCU. Ayak went to San Fran.
Gotcha. That's what I thought. Ayak's good. I'm LSU biased, but I don't know if Justin Jefferson was available at their pick or not.
No, Justin Jefferson went. Where'd he go? He went 22 to Minnesota. That's a good pick.
So he's a Stephon Diggs replacement. That'll be good.
Yeah, easy Diggs replacement. Like that's really good.
That's a good pick for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Anything else like in terms of draft?
Miami had the most picks out of the draft. Well, in the first round they had 3, but
I think they did a good job with them.
what?
They did a good job with them, right?
They seem like all projects. They don't seem like players that are gonna perform right away.
They're rebuilding. They're not.
You have Tua, who's a question mark. Then you got at 18, Austin Jackson, tackle out of USC, who out of the top tier tackles, he was like the first one to be second tier. He's good, but maybe not like has the potential like the other guys did. Then they traded down with Green Bay to take Noah Igbenogany out of Auburn. He's a corner, but he started playing corner like a couple years ago. Pretty good. Can translate into a shutdown corner, but he looks more like a special teams guy. He's really athletic, really talented, but he looks like a project at the NFL level.
Well, I mean, they're all going to be projects at this. I mean, the Dolphins aren't really looking for guys to fill right in right now. They're looking for long-term success. So they're going to.
No, but it's the draft. Like you have 3 first rounders. You can pick players that are going to perform at a high level now and in the future. And I just feel like they might not have done that. They have a potential to perform down the line, but maybe not right now.
Yeah, no, I don't expect them
even like next year or even like the year after.
I mean, I hope they're not good because I don't want to deal with them. We got rid of one dynasty in my division. I don't want another one to come up.
Nah, Buffalo's the other division. That's the other dynasty in your division.
Buffalo's the favorite. I know that, but
Buffalo's gonna be nasty.
They're gonna be very, very good, and I hate to. I don't. They're Buffalo. We got this.
Buffalo.
Go Buffalo. That's Stephon.
Nasty.
They're good.
They're real good.
I know
they're real good.
I'm just trying to give myself a little bit of hope.
You guys can be second.
I don't want to be second. I'm tired of being second.
Second at like 8-8, 7-9. Like
the Jets haven't won
that's good
their
for you
division.
guys.
The Jets haven't won. I'm tired of it. I want like a winning season to make the. I want to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, me too. It ain't gonna happen.
But we have a legitimate chance.
It might.
Well, a playoff spot was added, so you guys honestly.
But it's not going to be this year. It's not. Isn't it not coming until like 2021?
Upgrade now to remove the 40 upgrade. We got 10 minutes left.
10 minutes. Oh yeah, I see that. 10-minute clock. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like I'm pretty scared of Buffalo. I'm not even gonna front. I'm just gonna be straight up. They're pretty good. They're a pretty good team. I see you guys have heard me say it last year that like I trust their defense this year. Their defense can be pretty good. And Vin, I do not eat burnt toast. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Jacob, you have executive power, correct?
Don't.
I'm not gonna mute him.
It's not the Jedi way, Jake.
I can't. It's not the Jedi way.
It's not the Jedi way.
Is there anything else you guys want to touch on in terms of draft or?
No, not anymore. I think we covered the draft for the most part.
Alright, so I guess we'll cover the next round. The rest of it next.
Or do you want to talk about the Jordan doc? Because you only got like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, we could try.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, so.
Well,
fantastic. Fantastic.
Is it on TV?
First of all,
It's on ESPN.
Jerry Krause, man.
Jerry Krause is going to be the most important individual in sports.
Jerry Krause. Wait, Jordan bullied him. Like, but he can't.
Oh yeah, they all did.
Jordan bullied him. I felt so bad for him, but like
I was like, oh man, this guy's gonna get flamed. Like in real life, like, oh my god, everything's gonna happen. Turns out Jerry Krause is dead.
Yeah, Jerry Krause is dead.
He died a few years ago. So it's like
he just like Jordan was just like, hey, you want to join us for layup lines? You get to lower the rim. And I was just like, dude, you're saying that like relax. And then like he's kind of talking about hills. And it's like,
you're talking about the same guy that told Phil Jackson, like one of the greatest head coaches of all time in any sport, that like even if you go 82-0 and win the championship, you're not coming back next year. Like, you're gone. I don't like you. Like, you also invited everybody to your daughter's wedding on the team.
Except for Phil Jackson.
Except for Phil Jackson. And you invited the Iowa State coach, who you were going to make the next coach of the Bulls. That's terrible.
So what I got from the documentary is that, like, I guess everyone did as well. Like, he wanted to prove that, like, oh, I don't need Michael Jordan or Phil Jackson to win a title, to build a championship team.
He's under the belief that organizations win titles, not players.
He was wrong. He tried to build a team after that, and it didn't really work.
There's a reason why that
won 6 championships,
1998 was the last time Chicago won a title. And that's because of Jordan. And one off that they have. But I think it's really awesome to see, like, especially with an audience like us, like in our demographic, that we didn't see Jordan play. All we know are like highlights and stories and all this. We don't know his dominance. The closest thing to that are Kobe and LeBron. Other than those two, we don't have anything to compare to Jordan.
And our generation, like at least people our age, we didn't really get to see the first half of Kobe's career. We only saw.
We didn't see the first half of Kobe's career, even for the most part. We didn't see the.
We didn't see the first half of LeBron. We saw like. Second. I don't know.
But Jordan even more so. Like if in our demographic, if you saw Jordan, it was for the couple years that he was on the Wizards.
Yes.
You didn't see the dominant Jordan from 84 to 98. Like, you didn't see that. So for us now to go back and see just how dominant Jordan was at his craft and how great he really is, like, that's awesome for us to see. And I think it's going to bring a new light into how great Jordan is. And just making, like, yeah, it's cool. That's all I want to say. Like, it's so cool, like, seeing this. Like, those first 2 hours watching it went by like that. And, yeah, it was just awesome to see. It really felt like I was watching a game of the finals.
It was, I love
that is how it felt.
It was the first thing that I had to look forward to for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because we've been completely doing nothing. And there's so many people watching it, like, because there's nothing else on. And
6 million people were watching on cable.
Wow.
I think that's a record, right?
I don't know, but like having 6 million people just sit down and just watch documentary, it's crazy.
I know. Like, I also do want to point out Scottie Pippen. pretty bad businessman. I understand why he did that deal.
He got
but
fleeced.
when the GM and the owner are telling you don't sign this contract, this is a very bad deal.
No. Kraus gave him the deal, but Reinsdorf, the owner, was like, "Don't
sign this."
This is really bad. Do not sign this." And
Like, I understand
signed it.
caring for your family, but like,
Pippen has a crazy amount of siblings, so I guess he wanted that stability and that money coming in. But what was it? 7 years, 12 million?
7 years, 18 million.
18 million. 7 years. Even
And then he was allowed to renegotiate.
yeah, it's crazy.
Which is like, I mean, he signed it. Like, yeah, it's mean you're not gonna let the guy renegotiate, but he signed the contract. That's his fault.
But you can extend it and pay him. Like you can say like, okay, yeah, once you finish this contract, we can sign 3 years at the max. Well, actually, there was no max back then, but we can sign you for 3 years, like I don't know, 15 mil a year. I'm thinking in 1998 terms, that's reasonable for a player
Scotty.
like Scotty, because Scotty is one of the best players in the league.
I didn't even know he like demanded a trade like that either. I didn't even know that.
No, I didn't know either. But he was also the 122nd highest paid player in 1998.
Which is equivalent to Andre Roberson today.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen to Andre Roberson. That's crazy.
Wow. But like I said though, like he signed the contract. The business is business.
He may have signed it, but like he should have never been offered in the first place. A $17 million contract should not have been on the table. Like
that is true. I don't know why Kraus did that.
Like it's tempting as a young player because you're like, I never had money before. I don't know my worth as a player. Like you don't really know the business side of things. And Scotty, like his story, he was in a Division II school as a ball boy, worked his way up to become the number 1 player out of that school and drafted 5th overall out of a Division II school. Like he had a chip on his shoulder the whole way. He had to earn his worth. So he doesn't. Yeah, I know. He had to. I can see. He had to do all this to get that. So he doesn't really know his worth in the grand scheme of things because he had to earn it.
That's true.
He doesn't know. And for Kraus to take advantage of that is so scummy, and I hate it. So.
But that's what it is.
That's it.
It's a very low move to do that to a player.
Yeah.
All right. Well, running low on time.
I'd like to make one last statement. Avatar: The Last Airbender is back on Netflix, May 15th. Go watch that. Appa yip yip.
Appa yip yip.
Finished
Victorious.
It has nothing to do with sports, but I wanted to say it because it made me happy. But,
I finished Victorious, and it made me sad that it ended.
Well,
Didn't get
what?
Didn't get a real ending.
No, it did not.
No, it did not. All right. Well, yes.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Anyways, that's it. It's gonna end soon. So, adios.
See you guys. See you next week.
See you next week.
See ya.
See you next week.